The Crown Prosecution Service has announced it will not pursue charges against Rupert Lowe, the former Reform UK MP for Great Yarmouth, following allegations that he made verbal threats against Reform UK party chairman Zia Yusuf. The CPS stated there was insufficient evidence to proceed, closing a criminal investigation launched by the Metropolitan Police. In a fiery statement, Lowe branded Farage a coward and a viper, accusing him of orchestrating a brutal smear campaign to silence dissent. Lowe claimed the allegations were retaliation for his public criticism of Farage's leadership, notably comments in a Daily Mail interview where he described Farage as having messianic tendencies and warned he must never be Prime Minister due to risks of abusing state power.
The Crown Prosecution Service is not going to be charging Reform UK MP, well, it was Reform UK, Rupert Lowe, in relation to those allegations made by Zia Yusuf, the Reform chairman. Chris, this was always, in my view, going to be the outcome.
Yes, many thought so. These were claims about Rupert Lowe, which he thoroughly denied. Of course, claims about threats to people in reform. But we have now a statement here from Malcolm McAfee, who's the head of the CPS's Special Crime Division. They say the following, that following a detailed review in evidence in relation to an allegation of threats, we've decided that no criminal charges should be brought against a sitting MP. Having considered a number of witness statements, we've concluded there's no sufficient evidence to have a realistic prospect of conviction. And they go on to say the CPS's role is to not decide whether the person is guilty, but to make a fair, independent and objective assessment about whether it's appropriate to present charges for a criminal court to consider. Based on that, their legal test, they say, for a criminal prosecution has not been met. I've just got off the phone to Rupert Lowe. He is currently on a boat off Great Yarmouth inspecting wind farms with RWE, which is a German energy company, on the way to Scroby Sands. I said to him, is this now over, Rupert Lowe, this civil war which has caused such damage to both, I think, Reform UK, Nigel Farage, yourself and others, people who support Reform UK don't want to see these battles being fought amongst themselves rather than taking on the established parties. He says it is not, and he has issued a 16-page letter before action against Zia Yusuf, the party chairman, Lee Anderson, the Reform's chief whip, and Reform UK corporately itself. And he says that unless there's a response by tomorrow, he will issue formal legal action in the High Court for defamation against those three people. This is the end of part of this saga, but by no means the end of it at all.
The CPS decision marks the latest chapter in a bitter feud between Lowe and Reform UK. The controversy began when Lowe was suspended amid internal party tensions and allegations of workplace bullying by two female staff members, which he denies. Lowe further accused Reform UK of attempting to weaponise the criminal justice system against him, a sentiment he echoed in a post on X following the CPS ruling.
MP.
I know for a fact that there's quite a lot of people in the leadership of Reform thought it was insane that the police were brought in the first place.
Absolutely, and the Reform Party...
Politics can be a rough old business.
It can,
and a bit of shouting
but Reform have stood
no
up
one.
against this kind of complaints culture and the weaponisation of the law and the Equality Act, and yet that was used against him. But
really,
anyway, that's big news.
It is big news.
Yeah.
I did the interview with Rupert Lowe in the Mail, which triggered the big fallout with other Reform MPs. I think he's a very impressive man.
Yeah, well, he'll no doubt start his campaigns again.
Reform UK has not issued a public response to the CPS decision or Lowe's latest remarks. The row underscores deepening divisions within the party, with Lowe's exit and ongoing public spat highlighting challenges to Farage's leadership. Reiterating his opinion that Nigel Farage should not become Prime Minister, he accused the party of having reported him to the police, all because I dared to raise constructive criticisms. For the sin of asking legitimate questions about the party's direction, policies and leadership, I was vilified and targeted, he added. To those of you who have supported me during this incredibly difficult period, thank you. I have been touched by your messages of kindness. Without your support and without my social media platforms, I would have been buried by their smears. I truly mean it. Thank you.